Many of the high prices and high stock valuations and quasi-monopolies are created by government regulations. Just to give you an example, right now the crypto industry, specifically Coinbase and its CEO Brian Armstrong, are fighting the Clarity Act. The question is why? Because it's thought to benefit crypto by clarifying all the rules and regulations that they should abide by, whereas in the Biden administration, they left it intentionally opaque and made the crypto companies guess and were constantly getting sued. So it's in the cryptos industry to pass what would be the Clarity Act. The problem is that the banks are at the table. And what you have stable coins that are representatives of US dollars that are in circulations. And the crypto companies have a 1-to-1 ratio of dollars held in treasuries versus what they hold on their balance sheets or customers have in their accounts regarding the stable coins, and they pay interest on them. Now, this is competitive to the banks, against the banks actually, because the banks, if you've noticed, on your deposits in your checking account, you earn like 0.1% to maybe 0.5%, whatever it is, it's minuscule, whereas you might be able to earn 3.5% by holding stable coins in your Coinbase account. And the banks are saying, well, if you want to be a bank, then you have to be regulated like a bank. You have to comply with all of this nonsense. The fact is that the banks lend out the money in a quasi-Ponzi-like scheme where the more dollars that they have deposited with them, the more that they're able to lend out. Is printing money out of thin air in a way. It's the creation of money. That's how money gets circulated in our system. Whereas in Coinbase, they have 1-to-1 ratios between dollars held at the treasury and the stable coins, the number of stable coins representing, again, US dollars that they have on their books in customer accounts. And of course, many people will switch their savings over to stablecoins and Coinbase if they are offered much higher yields. So it's in the bank's interest to try to gunk up the legislation and have it favor them by giving them a permanent moat, because all of these crypto companies are going to have to comply with all these regulations, which is incredibly costly. So anytime that you have the government trying to interfere with the free market, and there have to be some regulations, don't get me wrong, but the incumbents want those regulations amped up because they have the ability to comply, where it's way too expensive and prohibitively expensive for up-and-comers to do the same, which is why whenever there are regulations, they're almost always at the behest of the incumbents that want to keep their economic moat and the competition away from their castle, where they are printing money and profits from you. So don't get this wrong. It is the banks that are in the way of the Clarity Act and the legislation, and CEOs like Brian Armstrong believe in competition, whereas the banks want the government to gunk things up. This is the way that things work regularly. This is why we don't have housing, because of legislation, because of all the NIMBYism, because everybody wants to gunk up the process in order to maintain what they perceive to be the value of their home if they were to try to sell it on the open market. They don't want new housing because that increases the number of houses available for people who want to buy. It's the same thing there, and in virtually every segment of the economy, this exists. So I just wanted to bring this to your attention and clarify this. When you see the incumbents wanting regulations, it's because they want a government moat around their profits, not to be ebbed away, that benefits the consumer. Hope that this helped you. Thumb up the video and subscribe if you're new. Peace.